Alright guys, we're back with another video. Today's video is going to be another one of these Forex tips and tricks series, if we call it that, I guess. And we're going to be talking about wicks, so candle wicks, and what you can use and look at candle wicks for to see how you're going to infer and get a confluence, I guess, to show you and help you make that decision whether you're going to go for a buy or a sell. It's very important to use wicks to your advantage because, especially in the higher time frames, different types of wicks can indicate price moving in certain ways that you can also then look for a setup. You'll know what I am talking about in a second, so we're going to just get straight into this like I always do. Don't like to waste time. No one's got attention span these days. But yeah, right, cool. So we're going to go over these three main types of wicks, I guess, yeah? One's called rejection wicks, one is wick fills, and one is basically no wick, right? So firstly, rejection wicks. A rejection wick is like these candles here, right here, because what makes a rejection wick is, it's in the name, you're rejecting off a support or resistance. It can be either, could be up here as well. So you're rejecting off a support and then you're closing back in the range. This candle once looked all the way, this candle right here, once came all the way down here and then rejected some support, maybe these supports or to the left, and ended up closing, respecting this major area, this major level, right? Look, you can see here, this major level over here. Same, we've got loads of rejection wicks here. So in this scenario, this candle indicates that we were heavy bearish, we came all the way down here, but then we closed respecting here. Then the next one closed bullish, which means maybe we found some sort of support to go up. And then look what happened straight after. We came up to retest, I guess, some of these areas up here, maybe this high of the range right here. So yeah, that could be your confluence. Number one, the rejection wick. Then number two, the bullish candle. Then number three, maybe break of this high or whatever you want to do. Stop loss here, boom, touch the top of the range. So that is a rejection wick. You can obviously do it either it can be rejection wick from the support or it can be rejection wick from the resistance. So like here's would be rejection wick from the resistance. This bullish candle came all the way up, ended up still closing, respecting, and then this next candle basically made top wick, boom, touch the top of the bottom of the range again, and we've just been bouncing in this consolidation between this range with rejection wicks up and bottom. So that is a rejection wick, and you can use those to sort of anticipate a support being formed or a resistance being formed to catch the move within the range. Another one would be a wick fill, right? So a wick fill is not a rejection wick because you actually close below or above the range. So you know, rejection wicks we end up closing respecting, but a wick fill we close below or above the range. In this scenario right here, literally all in one area, these three types of wicks, you get a closure below, a bearish closure below this support, right? Then even this candle actually, so there, let me put it there. Yeah, so we get a closure below the range. We've got a wick that came down, and even though it came down and it still pushed back up, but we pushed back up and closed below the range, indicating that we can have this range to fill because we closed below the major range, and then we have a wick coming down which can be now filled, and then these candles came and filled that wick. So in this scenario, you're looking to not get a support or resistance, you're just looking to drive through the range. So wick fills are you look for the next candle to drive and fill the wick. So maybe you'd have stops on this candle high here, and you had TP might be just this wick, and you make a top wick, tap in the level again on the flip of the candle, enter, boom, fill the wick. That's a wick fill. when you close below or above a range with the wick to fill. And it's usually a big enough wick as well, because this wouldn't be really a wick fill because I can't really make use of. Oh, it's quite big to be fair, 10 pips. So this wick was actually massive because it's a 1 hour, 40 pip wick fill, and it ended up filling. So another thing would be here, look, you close below, wick fill, another thing. Close below, top wick, came, flipped and filled this wick. We came and eventually filled most of this wick. So that is a wick fill. The last one is we're going to look at is no wick, right? So this one's important as well. I use this when I'm looking at price action, because no wick right here indicates, when we close with no bottom wick, it indicates that we didn't even have the range to come down to test something. So we're kind of losing momentum, I guess, because a wick shows that you're going through on a smaller time frame, you're making a range. But on this candle right here, you've got no bottom wick, which shows there's not really that much range to come down. We've like hit a sort of level, I guess, where we're likely to come up. We can still push down sometimes because nothing's 100%, but we're talking about probabilities here. Probability is there's less range to go down, especially on the 1 hour time frame. So what did this candle do? It made a little bottom wick, tiny bottom wick, just to maybe grab a little bit more liquidity here, and then push completely up here, push back up to the top of the range. So that's another thing to look out for when you have no bottom wick or no top wick. For example, right here in this scenario, even though we closed below, I wouldn't be taking a sell on this candle, or I'd close out if I saw this candle, because closing no bottom wick shows that the range to go down is pretty limited. So as you can see here, made this little bottom wick, came, pushed up and tapped the top of the range. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I try and, jam pack it with things that are quite useful, things that have definitely helped me when I started trading, and things that I actively look for when I'm looking at price action. I use no indicators, so it's all based on the candles and structure, things like that. If you guys found any value from this, please subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate it. Let me know if you want to see another video, or give me some ideas for any other tips and tricks videos you guys want to see. I'm always looking at these ideas to make videos on, so that will be helpful. So make sure you guys just go have a look at this when you're looking at the charts, and hopefully you can use it to help you increase that win rate and have some success in trading. So I will see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you for watching.